Kyriakos Mitsotakis, president of the New Democracy Party, and he's tipped, in fact, by some, to become the next prime minister. And it's been many months since the last Greek crisis. I started by asking him if Athens looked like it could stumble into another.
I hope not. Having said that, I need to point out that the government had made a commitment to complete the first review by November. It's April, and we're still negotiating with the Troika, so it is absolutely mandatory that this review gets completed as soon as possible. However, not all reviews are the same. We disagree with the government when it comes to the specific policy mix that the government is proposing. It's again proposing to tax the middle class more so the middle class can tolerate, rather than contemplating spending cuts. So we have a fundamental disagreement with the policy mix that is proposed.
And yet spending cuts, as you know, are hugely controversial. What do you propose to do? Because the way you're talking now, it's as if you do have some kind of magic wand. And as everyone knows, in Greek finances, there is no magic wand.
There is no magic wand in Greek finances. Having said that, there is still room for selective spending cuts. I was Minister for Administrative Reform, and I do know that there's still savings to be squeezed out of the public administration, and we very much intend to put forward specific proposals in that direction. Look, with the current marginal tax rates where they are, it is very difficult to envision the Greek economy returning to a sustainable growth path.
Your margin, really, in those successes in the public service, while impressive, the scope is still quite small. In terms of taking Greece forward, what is the strategy then? You're talking about the anti-austerity people in Europe really have a hold on public policy right now. Don't you think they make a point that the more austerity that you have, the worse it's going to be for Greece?
I think that's, well, that's right, but it's also a pretty obvious conclusion. What Greece needs at present is significant foreign and domestic investment. The problem is that this government cannot deliver on that front because it fundamentally does not believe in these types of investments. It's a government that is coming from the hard left. It is viewing the private sector with skepticism. Hence, we've seen very little investment activity taking place in Greece. What you need is a government that is fully committed to attracting foreign investment. You need a stable tax regime. You need to cut down on bureaucracy, establish a proper level playing field for all companies active in Greece. Unfortunately, the government has not done much on that front.
You know, you keep saying the government, but they have the people behind them. How much do you think you could cut pensions and increase income taxes where you would not have a huge proportion of the Greek population on the street saying, look, we will not accept this?
Well, first of all, let me point out that all recent polls indicate that this government no longer has public support. My party has been leading Syriza by anywhere between 5 and 10 percentage points in all recent polls. So it's clear that people are fed up with this government, and they're fed up both because they're incompetent, but also because they lie to the Greek population. I don't need to remind you what Mr. Tsipras was saying before the election. He has backed off all his electoral promises. And the real problem today is that he is not even delivering on the correct reforms that this country needs.